Happy Friday, St. Francis in the field. This is Father Justin here with your Friday finale. Happy summer, everybody. What a great time to go out and recreate ourselves, to have fun. And if you're traveling this summer, we wish you safe travels, travel mercies. We're praying for you. Remember, you can tune in online if you want to catch up on our sermons, you want to catch up on our worship. Keep informed with the emails. We're going to spend this summer as a staff really thinking about what God's calling us to do, how we can serve this wonderful community, and what, as we head towards the fall, what we need to do, where we're headed, the stuff we need to do. You know, that's kind of what we have to do in the summer. Right now, we're in the throes of VBS mode. So please pray for VBS. That's going to come up, starts on June 19th and runs that whole week, Monday through Friday. Pray for that wonderful event where we'll welcome over 100 children to this room, to this space. It's going to be great. There's ways you can help. Look below this video at ways you can still support VBS with your prayers and your donations. It's all below this email. Now, I'm going to continue my series from a few weeks ago on the committees and structure of the church. Remember, we have the vestry, which is like the board of directors or a spiritual board of directors. And then that group, and their main function, right, is fiduciary and property and grounds. If they did nothing else, they have to meet a minimum of 4 times a year, and they would just look at the financials, and then they would just do things related to the property and grounds. But in reality, we meet more than 4 times a year. And underneath them, we laid a structure on top of that, and we talked about property and grounds last time. Remember, they're strategic, more so. They have some hands-on. We have some really, and we're thankful for the gentlemen who are, and it's all men actually, on that group. Doesn't have to be all men. Let me just say that right now. If you're interested in property and grounds, being on that committee, it doesn't have to be all men, but they're doers. They try to circumvent us having to spend money, but their main goal is to literally be able to tell the vestry, this is what we own, this is when it's expected to wear out, and this is how we recommend you should fix it. And they're just getting all of that put together. And then what will happen is, right, as a committee, they send up recommendations as motions to the vestry. And it might say, the Property and Grounds Committee moves that the vestry approve the replacement of an air conditioner. So right, that's Property and Grounds. Now let's talk about the Finance Committee. So the Finance Committee, they meet in between, not every month. They review the financials every month. Because remember, financials are historical documents. When financial statements are prepared, they're for the month in the rears. So we can't magically change them, but they look at them, they review them, they make recommendations to the vestry. They also appoint a budget subcommittee to put together the budget, which we do in the summer, which is coming up. So ministry leaders, be on the lookout from an email from me asking you to dream. And I mean dream. Don't worry about the bottom line. Don't worry about the numbers. Dream about where God's calling your ministry here at St. Francis, what you need to do the work that you feel you've been asked to do by the vestry, by me, by whomever. And the Finance Committee receives all that. Now, they also enter into contracts with banks. They manage our debt. They budget, and they review the financials. And then they make recommendations to the vestry. So again, if I use the air conditioner example so you can see how committees work together, Property and Grounds would let the Finance Committee know via the junior warden. Junior warden chairs Property and Grounds. Treasurer chairs Finance Committee. So in this case, Mike Kirkwood would tell Ron McVeigh, hey, Ron, Property and Grounds is recommending to the vestry that we replace an air conditioner, and it's going to cost $8,000. So that email would go to Ron, or a phone call. Ron would say, great, Mike, got it. He would go to the Finance Committee and say, hey, there's going to be a motion up to the vestry to get a new air conditioner for $8,000. Here's how we think we can afford it. Or give recommendations to the vestry so that when all of that arrives at the vestry, it's a nice, tight package. The vestry trusts the subcommittees to do their work, and the vestry would hear, hey, an air conditioner died, we need to replace it. The motion would be made. Ron would speak on behalf, or somebody from the Finance Committee would say, this is how we're going to pay for it, vestry. We recommend you approve it. Boom, done, approved. And we move on to more strategy, more where do we want to be in 5 years so that we can hopefully get more into a posture of proactivity versus reactivity. So there is your organizational tidbit for the week. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday.